Hi guys, well a couple of months ago we were down in Cork videoing at Troy's and O'Mahony's, and we met Sean, and Sean was out demoing Reiter. We sort of teased him and said we need to see one of these at Antrim, and one of those wishes that came true. So Sean has come up today to install, if that's the correct word, or help us get up and running. Sean, can you please explain to us what your involvement is with Reiter, and then start and go through the machine a little bit for us, because mergers have become an absolute fascination lately.
Yes, well I met Thomas Reiter about 2013, and this was in its infancy. It was in his head. From then on, I suppose we have many hours and many days on the phone talking about what is required in Ireland, and he spoke to people in Germany and France and all that as to what was required. And he's come up with this piece of ingenious engineering, to be honest. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It's got the latest technology in pickup design, pickup times, the belts, speed, and the whole idea of this machine really is to improve the quality of silage. The machine is designed to float the ground, so there's no digging in, there's no lifting clay, there's no lifting ash. That is really what this machine is all about.
When you say 2013, the concept of the Reiter machine was in its infancy.
Yes.
This machine from then to now, or when were they officially released?
I suppose 3 years now since the first 3 meter, the front version came out, and it was mainly the pickup and a belt on a front 3 meter version. And we tested that 3 years ago in Ireland. It performed very well, absolutely super machine in grass, super machine in straw actually. And there's a lot of them in the UK, about 25 in the UK working at the moment in straw. We have a number of them in Ireland now working at straw, and very handy. And also we'll do grass for the smaller farmer who wants to move the swarts just for that particular idea. Yeah.
This particular machine, what makes it the creme de la creme, as you call it?
Well, the pickup design, I suppose, is the main key. These are the tines, and they work in a trailing manner on the pickup. Normally you'll see tines, they're in the lifting position, but here they're in the trailing position. So they work this way in the trailing position. So they cannot lift any trash, any stones whatsoever. To see it working is just unbelievable, and it leaves absolutely no grass behind it on the ground. Even we worked in oilseed rape, where the straw is very hard to see and very small, clean the ground completely. We can run this pickup anywhere between 130 up to 200 revs per minute, and that's variable from the tractor. So you can adjust the press of a button from your tractor, the speed of your pickup. And
there's obviously 6 tines.
There's 6 in a row,
yeah.
And they're held on with this ingenious piece of engineering here as well. They go in like so. That's basically where they are. They go in there, that's the total diameter of your pickup. And a steel band goes around this here then, and locks them around the shaft. And it's as simple as that. So one bolt is fitting the 6 tines. But because they're trailing, we have very little breakage.
That's how you've got your pickup.
Yeah.
So is neat the correct word?
Very neat, it's very unique. The tines then are simply just mounted into this plastic holder, and they just fit into your little tine holder here, the 3 tines.
Can I ask a question, and I don't want you reaching out and giving me a slap, is that strong enough?
It is, because we've tested this now for 4 or 5 years in all sorts of conditions. We've tested it in straw, where there's heavy tram lines, it's digging in the ground.
You were saying to me earlier on your demo machine, the one that we videoed in Cork, you had it on that lovely black Fint. That machine, through all its demos this year, there wasn't a single tine lost.
No, we haven't broke a single tine, no.
Because I think that's something that potential users look at a merger of any description, and they just think to themselves, oh, there's a lot of pickup tines in that.
It was one of the fears. Every time we visited contractors, I suppose around Southern Ireland about 4 years ago, we visited 3 or 4 contractors, myself and Thomas, and one of the things that always came up, pickup tines. We'll be changing bolts forever. That was why this was designed, and it is a fantastic. But I think the most amazing part is that it'll work in a trailing position. We're not losing any tines. Also is in part with the flotation system, because we've got 4 wheels, as you said, the machine is at super flotation, and each side works individual from the other. So one does not depend on the other, like some of the machines you have to lift both and whatever. Each side is totally independent. So the flotation is superior. The pickup itself is also flexible.
No way.
It's not rigid.
How is that possible?
It's in two parts. It's a 3-part pickup, so it's flexing it follows the ground totally.
So when you see that solid band in the middle of the front of the pickup,
Yeah,
that's 1 part to 2 parts.
yeah. Also underneath it we have rotating discs rather than slides, because we found in some certain wet conditions, say, or soft clay, slides are inclined to bulldoze clay and mark the ground, where your slide won't catch any stones and it'll just rotate it away from the machine.
Kind of wondered what the thinking behind that was when I was looking at it. Now I know.
Yeah.
So then our pickup's unique. It's all wrong by conventional design.
Yes.
But as you say, it's all right. Your bands are...
These are our bands. They're a heavy plastic band, so that they come that way and they just bend around the pickup.
You're stronger than you look, Kiefer. I tried that earlier.
Yeah. I had my Weetabix.
Then obviously the crop press, that's self-explanatory.
Yes.
So crop press, pickup time, and then
your
form of a rotor.
Yeah, your rotor here then is again unique to Reiter, and that feeds the grass uniformly back onto the belt. This we can adjust up and down hydraulically as well, or we can set it. And these are the rotor tines. Again, they fit on very simple, as in half moon shapes around. So that's the way they just go in around the rotor here as such. And they are feeding back the grass.
And again, plastic?
Plastic, yes. But you can see there's very little of them sticking out here, because they're just barely there to help feed the grass back. They're not digging into the grass or whatever. So.
And again, that's independently controlled. You can see the 2 rams there.
That's independently
we can
controlled.
Lift that up, lift that down, and adjust its height and depth.
Yeah, so we're getting a very clean flow of grass straight in here without any restrictions, with the crop roller pressing it onto your pickup and straight in onto your belt.
Now I'm going to come back now to the belts. There is a very noticeable difference to the one we seen in Cork, I do believe.
Yes, we've put on more flights because we found in the wet Irish grass, the grass wasn't going as quick because it was slippery with the wet and the weight. So we've put on these new belts now with extra flights. We have an extra row, and we've increased the height, and we've put this gap in them as well. It has changed the machine in Ireland, to be honest. It's the swarting now, there's no lumping, it's very consistent.
Can you foresee the belt struggling in the heavy, wet Irish grass?
No, because normally we can control the speed of this belt very much, again, from the cab. So we can run it anywhere from 300 revs up to 600 revs per minute. It doesn't matter what grass is going back, we can speed the belt to match the load on the belt. So at 600 revs, which would be the max you'd ever want to use it, it's very fast to get the grass off. So there's no big build-up of a weight of grass, you know. As well as that, we have very large diameter rollers here, which prevent the old traditional problem with bearings and slippage of belts. It's designed to do 50,000 hectares.
Aye, that's 100,000+ acres.
Yeah.
She should be going rightly.
Yeah, because it is a very simple machine, Garrett.
But you forgive me for saying it doesn't look it.
No, but but mechanically, the moving parts are basically, on your belt here you've got 4 bearings, and on your pickup you've got 4 bearings. No cam bearings, no nothing, and they're over-engineered. The bearings are very big, they're very well over-engineered. It's a very simple machine to maintain. From a dealer point of view, this machine is going to have a serious trade-in value. It's going to hold its value. It's an expensive machine, but the depreciation will be low, because when the big contractor, who probably will be the guy that will buy it first, when he goes to trade it after 10 years or whatever, the baler man is going to love this machine, you know. And to recondition it is very simple. The pickup bearings, maybe new belts after 10 years or 15 years, who knows, and you have a machine brand new. The flotation is controlled on those 2 big yellow springs.
Yes.
You have a lot of travel here in this rod here. That's your amount of travel that you have. It's up. It can follow the ground no matter what. We've been in very tough conditions now with tram lines and whatever in straw, and it has been perfect.
One very noticeable difference where I see a variation from competitors out there, an extra 2 wheels in the back.
Yes.
Now my mind tells me that's a great job.
It is, because we can now control each side independently. Rather with the one wheel, if you lift this side, then you're completely upsetting the other side if you've only got two wheels. So with the two wheels, we have full control of the machine, we have full contour, especially say in a field like this where it's very much up and down, we have full control, it will completely follow the ground. And the whole idea, Garrett, again, is to reduce the trash. It's all about reducing the trash and not digging into the clay. And like we've got 4 of these big slides on each side of this machine, so it's very, very hard for these tines to hit the ground. It's not possible, basically, you know.
Do you honestly believe that once adopted by a couple of contractors or large-scale farmers producing a lot of grass, do you honestly believe they'll never look back towards the more traditional rake?
No, I think this is definitely the future. It's probably not a cheap one if you look at the price, but if you look at the overall cost of ownership over a period of time, this is a lot cheaper machine than the 50-foot rakes that are running at the moment.
Well, that's up to you to come up with a good finance package.
Absolutely. And a good trade-in value when they're all over.
It's a heavy machine, I have noticed, but that doesn't particularly scare me because that weight's been transferred over back axle and 1, 2, 3, 4 tyres.
Absolutely. We have 2 ton on the tractor and we have 1 ton on each wheel. That's the balance of it.
So that's not bad.
In the beam going up there, we have 180 litres of oil, hydraulic oil. So there's lots of oil there to keep her cool. We have no issues with overheating with the hydraulics or anything like that. It's very stable. You've seen that on the road. She folds up, she's locked solid on the road. She follows the tractor like a trailer. And it's no problem, 50 kilometres, 60 kilometres an hour on the road, it's as stable as you get.
And the other thing to point out is it's sitting currently in what we would call 30-foot baler position.
Yeah.
But we can slide it in.
Yes.
And operate one side to the other side. It's all directional, can be changed, everything
can be changed. You can put one swart out here, you can put one swart out on the far side, one in the middle, one on the outside, you have all the variations. She's opened out now to our full 9 metres. For a centre swart. She'll close in then and she'll do 7 metres to either side.
This is literally, as it arrived to us, we literally pulled it off the truck. Gary and I had a wee bit of fun with the control box trying to get it opened up and folded out, and it took a minute or two, we're not going to lie.
And well done.
So the bottom line is we have adjusted nothing, we haven't touched anything, levels or anything, so we're going to do some merging, and actually for any listeners that are looking in, this is quite exciting. Sean, thanks in the meantime. That's the basics of it. Let's go merging.